Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Munirah Ayumie binti MAKHTAR and my partner is RAHWANI binti YARMAN, our today's speaker. As you can see in front of you, mostly I think you know this game, which is Among Us. So, what are the connection between Among Us and our today's topic? Is it how we're gonna catch the imposter or kill the crew? I want you to imagine the imposter is us and not the people who suffer from mental illness. Why? Because of stigma. Before I jump into my main point, I bet that everybody who's with me or knows someone who suffered from mental illness. Because during my research, by 2020, mental illness is expected to be the biggest health problem affecting Malaysians after heart attack. According to the latest National Health and Morbidity Survey, 3 out of 10 people aged 16 and above will suffer from mental illness. Okay, so what is stigma? Stigma happens when people have negative attitude towards mental health. For example, let's pretend that I have mental illness. I told my friends that I have mental illness. So what's my friends do? My friends will start to get worried and watch their actions when they around me. And they also will start making sorts of assumptions. That is what we call stigma. And that is why I'm referring the imposter is us and not the people who suffer from mental illness, because we didn't realize we kill or stab silently people who suffered from mental illness. Next, I realized there is paternalism. What did I mean by that? Paternalism happens when we tell someone who suffered what is best for them. We may think as supportive friends, we are being helpful when we are suggesting treatment option or resource. But it can become worse because we treat them like they can't even manage their mental health condition on their own. So why being so complicated? We just want to help you. This is because of the stigma that I've mentioned earlier. We always heard, mostly elders, will say, you don't do enough prayer. Why being so ungrateful? And more. That are the biggest reason why people who suffer from mental illness does not want to seek for help. They are struggling. So even we try to be supportive, this paternalism still can push us apart. By that, we have to learn how to connect and have important conversation without offending each other. Did you guys know what is mediation? What is that? Mediation is a type of conflict resolution. It's a tool for mediators to support people in working out their own to resolve a conflict. Mediators don't give advice and they also don't make suggestions. Instead, they just listen and validate people's perspective and ask open-ended questions. It's totally different from psychiatrists. They make a room for people to express their feelings and stop assuming they know what's going on. They face the stigma head-on and connect without offending each other. We often tell people what is right for them, but we forget. Even the experts debate everything, from diagnosis to treatment. There are no perfect solutions for everybody. Try to say, you're making different choice than I would. Help me understand why this is the right choice for you. Lastly, quote from mediator Dan Bernstein. No matter how different we are, we all have bad days. And if we make room for everyone's unique story, then we can take a step back together and see that we are all part of one community of people trying their best to have less bad days. Next, my partner RAHWANI binti YARMAN will deliver her presentation.
Hi, my name is RAHWANI binti YARMAN. Before I start, I want to ask, by any chance, are you familiar with this cartoon from your childhood memories? Yes, this is Winnie the Pooh. Did you know every character in this cartoon represents mental disorder, and Ayor is one example that suffered from depression. Depression is the second largest causing of death among teenagers in Malaysia. It is because school systems and tests are getting harder, or the pressure to be stereotypical students are everywhere. My biggest pet peeve is when someone comes up and said something like this: "I'm sorry, I was just depressed earlier," or "I'm so depressed right now." Depression does not just come and go, it's there, and I urge you to seek help from professionals. And please, don't waste your time and start to love yourself first before it's too late. The next point is social environment. Example of social environment is support that you need from your family and friends. While watching Elizabeth Medina talk, I realized she lacked of social environment from her family. For example, when she went to furthering her study, her parents object her decision to move out from home, and they have a fight. Her family also cut ties and started to isolate her. After several months, she started to feel lonely, and that time depression hit her. So the conclusion that we can get from Elizabeth's story is family is the most closest person to us, and it's very important to have family support in your life because it's the best way to cope with loneliness. The last one is wood has become more advanced with technology. Therefore, students has been exposed to social media at a young age. Did you know people spend average 2 hours a day on social media, but we don't even eat for 2 hours a day? Can't you think one of bad thing might happen on social media? It's online harassment, such as cyberbullying. Cyberbullying applies over digital devices such as smartphone, tablet, and laptop. It also can occur through your social media. For example, what about the ugly Snapchat that you send to your friend with intention of it being private, and now it's up on Instagram, and then you get a ton of mean comments, and it will lead you to suicidal thought. People see it's not a big deal, but it is. So I urge you to please watch your behavior on online activities because you may be the causes of someone that. Before we end our talk, we urge you to spread awareness to public, government, and media to end stigma of mental illness and health is a taboo. Don't be scared or sad if you get response. Mind your own business, or I'm fine, thank you.
And I know most of us are struggling mentally and financially during this pandemic and lost themselves while self-quarantine. So I hope this presentation can help you to find your lost self. And that's all from us. See you next time. Bye.